Greetings, gang. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've been taking good care of yourself. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my moderators and my members. Hey, AV. Hey, C. Scott Run. Yes, what a treat. Hey, Tanaya. Hey, son. Hey, peace and positivity. He said, even on the road lately. Yeah, I'm so glad you could make it. Hey, MS. Yes, it's our moon. Okay, gang. So we're going to do a quick energy check-in. And then we are out of here. Okay? Hey, Menacing Squirrel. All right, so let's see what's going on. Yeah, it's a full moon in Capricorn. You know, it's a full moon. I'll be trying to get y'all reading out. See what's going on. We did sort of a full moon reading on the 7th. But let's see what's going on in the energy tonight. How's you guys' this summer going? I know in some places it's not summer. Yeah, you tapped in for a second and then you went to bed. You came in, but then I was like, y'all need to get some rest. And then you was like, I'm going to follow that advice. And you went to sleep. Yeah, in Australia, it's not summer. Yeah, AV. You howled a little, Scott? All right, gang, let's get it. Yep, AV, yep. Oh, shit. Overall energy, the 7 of Swords. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? Hey, Ben! I missed you. I know you've been enjoying your birthday. Hey, Gio. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yes, the 7 of Swords is coming out, but I'm picking up on the energy for some of you guys. This could just be you moving in stealth. Like you could have some plans that, you know, you're not really revealing. Some of you guys could be really strategizing right now how you're going to get out of an uncomfortable situation and how you're going to move forward on that with the plan. So, but we are still going to pull some energy and see what's going on. Let's see. What's this 7 of Swords energy, please, Spirit? Devil in reverse. And I said you might be planning on how you're going to get out of an uncomfortable situation. I feel like if you're moving away from something that was really toxic, you're definitely doing it in a very covert way, quietly, not bringing too much attention to yourself. With the sun in reverse, this points back to the moon. So we are here in the full moon. Some of you guys could be doing something privately this evening. Or somebody, I see somebody moving at night, like literally moving, like packing their stuff up and moving at night. Like somebody's just gonna move in the middle of the night and not tell anybody. Hey, Crimson. Yeah, somebody's gonna probably move in the middle of the night. Like somebody's probably gonna just put their stuff in their vehicle and just never come back. But something's happening beneath the surface here. Something's not. Somebody's trying not to be seen. Okay, but I feel like with this Devil in reverse, it's like you're kind of like, if you felt bound to something or someone, it's like you're moving away from it, like quietly. Maybe because you don't want like an argument or something with someone. You don't want someone to be able to tempt you to stay in a certain situation. With the sun in reverse, a situation that's not even happy or prosperous. So there's some covert movement going on here. Let's grab the after tarot. I want to see what this is. I just heard somebody say like, finally I'm free, or finally like I'm out of there, or something like that, or finally I'm away from that person. This could have been something that brought someone pleasure at one time, but it just got too heavy, too toxic, or something like that. Somebody too is slowly but surely like, hey, Miss Goddess One, possibly breaking an addiction or something as well. It's not happening like overnight, but I feel like someone could be like really like moving towards like breaking a bad habit. And they're taking their time, but I feel like somebody's eventually going to do this with the Devil in reverse. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands in the upright. So whatever someone is moving away from, I feel like they're going to get away from it. I feel like there is going to be something better there on the other side of this. Show me this, please. Sun in reverse again. Something's not happy. Somebody really wants, like, maybe somebody's trying to take their happiness back. I don't know, but somebody is not happy somewhere or something. Yeah, with the Magician in the upright. Somebody's trying to like manifest a way out of something that was really toxic. Let's see. Wow, this is the truth. High Priestess in the upright position. Yeah. It's like somebody, whoever this High Priestess is, they may be doing some magic, okay? This High Priestess is highly skilled in the arts. This High Priestess could be assisting someone and getting away from this devil energy, this toxicity, this stuck energy. Binding, Spirit says, or feeling bound. Let me see. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Got the Magician, Major Arcana, High Priestess, Major Arcana, with the Eight of Pentacles. This High Priestess is doing some kind of work. Seven of Pentacles in the upright comes out. Whatever they manifesting, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. They're walking away with it. With the bottom of the deck here, we have the Hierophant in the upright. So this is like Spirit granting this High Priestess this. Somebody been putting in work, and they're gonna receive the benefits from it. Yeah, okay, I like that. So that's why the Seven of Swords is here. Like I said, somebody is moving in silence. The High Priestess is the ultimate mover in silence. So there's that moving again. Somebody could be physically moving, or with the alchemy, with the Magician, somebody could be moving some type of energy around. Spirit says shifting circumstances. What do we have for this full moon energy, please? Three of Swords in reverse. Yes, you can't lose, HP. Something successful. There's going to be a successful shift in the energy due to something that you're doing. Or due to something that this high priestess is doing. Let's see. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You're going to get away from a lot of broken people, HP. Yeah. You got a lot of broken people around you. One in particular, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this person has some type of issues. They want you to stay in this broken space with them simply because you outrank them in the spirit with the high priestess, the Hierophant here. Somebody wants you to remain broken. Like, stay broken with me. But you can't. With the Hierophant and the high priestess, you outrank somebody spiritually. So you're not going to sit around in like a broken energy. Hey, Coco 88. Yeah. You done taking losses at the hands of other people. Court card energy here. I think that's the only court card we have out. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be somebody that's greedy, money hungry or something like that. Or they just have a broken spirit. Even if they have money, because the Queen of Pentacles tend to have money. Even if this person has money, their spirit is broken. So they wouldn't even know how to carry themselves in like high spiritual spaces around people that outranks them. They probably, because the Queen of Pentacles in reverse could be very, like I said, greedy, miserly, even envious at times. So you might have like a spiritual hater around you. They could be closer to you than you think with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. They could work with you. You could have worked with them. They could have once been around you or something like that. You've leveled up in the spirit and this person is tight about it. I clarified the High Priestess and the Hierophant. I get the Nine of Cups. You're also stepping into a timeline of wish fulfillment. When I was getting ready for your reading, Spirit kept telling me like loud in my ear, like, ask for exactly what you want. No order is too big. I'm not like these humans. I can do things that humans can't. I can give you things that humans can't. Don't be afraid to ask me for stuff like you would be afraid to ask a human. Somebody is not asking big enough. They're like say if you was to go to your mom and you know like she got a lot of bills to pay, you wouldn't really ask her for $1,000 because you're gonna be like, man, I can't just go to my mom and ask her for no $1,000 and she got all these bills to pay. Spirit is like, yeah, but you could ask me and you could triple that, double that. Like Spirit is like ask for a lot for lack of better terms. Ask for a lot, okay? So with the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Magician, the Nine of fucking Cups, Spirit is like, ask me. What do you want? Stop being afraid. You ain't got what you wanted because you ain't asking me the right way. Because when you put out things to the universe, it will do that ripple effect, and the universe is the real mirror. It'll mirror those things back to you. Once you tell the universe, I am, they're going to conspire with you to make that happen because that's just how energy works. So you're supposed to move like you got it. Talk like you got it. It's supposed to be your essence that you got it. Even if you ain't got it physically yet, still act like it. Carry yourself like it. Nine of Cups. High Priestess. Hierophant. Some of you guys don't even know that you have started a royal bloodline. Maybe you didn't necessarily come from one physically, but I feel like esoterically you came from a royal bloodline and like you are like refreshing it, restarting it. So Spirit said go big or go home. That's what they just told me. So I don't know. Maybe when you write your petition, because the Magician, the High Priestess, that's spiritual work, and the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe when you write your petition, you need to like, and see, that's the thing. Like, don't go into, and I've said this even with some of my students, don't go into alchemy and magic with like a frantic, I'm not gonna get it attitude. Or if you're trying to manifest abundance with the Nine of Cups, don't be worried about the enemy while you manifest in abundance. Like, don't put chaos into your prosperity work. So you need to be of calm mind and spirit when you're doing this. Like, have no doubt. Okay, let's see here. Now, I just want to clear this energy real quick, but I don't want to spend too much time on nobody that's got a broke spirit. But let's see what's going on here with this Queen of Pentacles, because it's a person, and this might be somebody, like Spirit said, this might be somebody that's too close for comfort with the Three of Swords energy. Show me this, please. Yeah, this is cycling out. Saturn, the World card. Very befitting for the energy tonight, because we are in the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. So if you have been around a lot of broken spirited people who have a broke mindset, and I'm not talking about just, oh, let's get a bag. I'm not talking about that. A broken mindset is people who only see the bad in everything. They never see how anything could work out. They're always full of fucking doubt. Even when things are going the way they want, they still have a complaint. These are broken spirits. Even if they have a lot of money, a stable environment, a roof over their head, it's still never enough. Like, these people are cycling out of your energy. Because with the Four of Pentacles here, they've been holding on to it for far too long. So these broke spirits like to hold on to people. I call them people hoarders. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, they like to hold on to people, even if they don't like them, even if they feel a way, like, because they're broken, and hurt people, and misery loves company. So they're gonna want to keep you around them because you have this abundant spirit. When you have an abundant spirit, you have to be mindful, because you got to get out of this whole love and light shit all the time. Just because you have a big spirit and enough to give, you got to be careful who you share that with. You share that with too many broken people, their pieces will start to cut you up, and you'll end up broken like them, or they'll fucking drain you. With the Four of Pentacles and the Grim Reaper, they'll drain you. They'll fucking worry you to death. You got to get from around these broken people, and they're cycling out. And the Four of Pentacles represents Capricorn in a minor arcana. I clarify this energy. I get the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely these energies are cycling out, and you're not gonna have to be juggling other people's insecurities and their brokenness. Oh, I can't be too happy around them. Ten of Cups in reverse, because they're broken. They're sad. I don't want to laugh too much. I don't want to celebrate what spirit is giving me. You can't. That's no way to live. That's no way to live. It doesn't matter if you a healer or you got healing energy. You come first before anybody else. Especially, your life is not you tiptoeing around other people's triggers and their brokenness. They're not living. So what do you think? That's going to make you not be living. Because you're going to be so busy trying not to trigger motherfuckers that you ain't even going to be able to enjoy your life with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Now, you've already been given the Nine of Cups. So you might just have to let one of these cups go, and that might be this broken individual, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Show me this, please. Yeah, High Priestess in reverse. Get away from people who denounce spirituality but then claim they intuitive but then don't even use their intuition. Get away from people who are so miserly they can't even use their intuition. You're being cycled. These people are being cycled out of your life. Broken spirit with the High Priestess in reverse, like I said, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is somebody that swear they intuitive but they never hearing the right shit. Everything they hear is scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. It's not enough. Everybody's out to get me because the High Priestess in reverse is somebody who's very paranoid. Very paranoid. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. Yeah, paranoid. Think everything is supposed to be war. And they're way too scattered right now. So this is what's being cycled out. The full moons are about removal. And with the full moon being in Capricorn, you're going to have to start taking yourself very serious. Now, I know one of the negative traits about Capricorns is that they are too serious sometimes. But with this full moon, you have to take yourself serious because there are things that need to be cycled out. And once you start to take yourself serious, you will find those areas. They're going to start speaking loud to you. They've already been speaking loud to you with the High Priestess and the Hierophant in the upright. Spirit has already been telling you the things that need to come to a close in your life so that you can usher in new things. And for some of you, this is happening on divine timing, so you don't have to rush with the Knight of Swords. And also, you need to get away from people who try to rush you to, how do you say, like, rush you to process things. With the High Priestess in reverse, rush you to process your thoughts, rush you to process your feelings, what you're going through, what you're experiencing. Those people are going to be cycled out of your life too, because that energy doesn't come with any type of empathy. All right, let me see. What is this? Yeah. 8 of Wands in reverse. So here again, it's like these energies are going to be blocked out. Somebody is rushing towards you, but they're going in the wrong direction. Somebody may be showing up to where you used to live, where you used to be. If it's not physically, spiritually, they try to like talk to you how you used to be with the 8 of Wands in reverse. So there's no communication there, but there's also no like what's the word, Spirit? Connection. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords in reverse. So that reminds me at the top of the reading when Spirit was like, oh, I'm so glad I got away from that. Somebody is also too going to realize that they have been self-sabotaging by maybe some type of thoughts. Maybe somebody too with the 7 of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Swords, somebody's going to realize that the conflict is within them, not with anybody else. I feel like if somebody realizes this, they'll have more peace of mind. Yeah, with the after Tarot 9 of Swords, somebody's gonna conquer their own inner conflict, or they fucking need to, because you know, Spirit says if they don't, they're gonna fuck around and find out. We have the Moon. No coincidence. So somebody who's in the background of your energy is going through a lot of mental conflict with themselves at this point. And this is why you're not going to be able to talk to them. You're not going to be able to be around them. because Spirit doesn't want you to get caught in the crossfire of their anxiety, Nine of Swords, their mental conflict. Yeah, Two of Wands in reverse. So like I said, no connection. You're no longer going to be able to, like, thank you, Spirit. You're no longer going to be able to relate to these types of energies, connect to these types of people. When you are very calm and you have a very calming energy, a lot of people who are anxious and who can't sit still, or who put this label on themselves that they got anxious attachment style, you're not going to be able to deal with that. Like, those types of people love calm people. They love to go towards people who are relaxed, calm, in their own power, in their own autonomy. And then if you don't mirror that anxious energy back to them, then they will label you avoidant, or label you cold or whatever, but it's not that. When you're the High Priestess, the Hierophant, you are at peace with yourself. Solitude is peaceful. Not having to say too much is peaceful. So with the Hierophant and the High Priestess in the upright, you probably need somebody on that type of time, on that same spiritual level as you. With the Eight of Wands in reverse too, you're coming out of a space of performative connections with the Two of Wands in reverse. What I mean by performative connections is like people who want to be in your energy and they want you to be like some type of distraction or keep their mind occupied. That's performative, you know? Or that you always got to be doing something to prove y'all connection or to prove your loyalty or something like that. All right, let's see. And it's this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This person wants you to be more performative. But it's coming from a space of them not being able to, like, regulate their own attention span, their own fucking mind. Them not being able to ground themselves if they're not anchored to someone else. That's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Very, very needy and dependent. All right, let's see what this moon is. Show me this moon, please, Spirit. Hermit in reverse. Oh, so somebody comes alive at nighttime. This could be somebody who, like, and no judgment here. I actually think it's kind of dope. But, like, this could be somebody who, they could be, like, you know, in the house all day. And maybe they work nights, or maybe they work the graveyard shift, or, like, maybe they don't have to be out in the daytime if they don't want to. But at night, somebody comes alive. At night, somebody comes outside. That's when somebody's energy is at its peak, is at night. You remember all fucking half-baked when that dude went over there to sell him a bag and he was like, hey, have you ever something at night? Later I'm going to smoke a J and go up on and watch the sun, the stars at night. I don't know why that just reminded me of that. Like, somebody's cool though. They cool. Bottom of the deck is the Judgment in the upright position. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe that's when somebody gets a lot of clarity at night. Somebody could just be a night owl. Yeah, lying in some guy at night. I could just, damn. Woo. That could be when somebody like gets their best downloads too with the Judgment. And it's such a beautiful energy though when you up late at night because it's like quiet. You know, the energy is still. You can really hear your thoughts. Nothing is expected of you. You know, even if it's for like the next 6 hours, responsibilities are low key on hold and you can just enjoy the quiet, the solitude. I see somebody like walking around their house at night, like just like, you know, tiptoeing around, grabbing things, putting things together, like very quietly, like, I don't know. Some of you guys just may be a night owl. Let's see. Show me this, please. Confirmation. 6 of Wands after tarot and an upright. So yeah. Hey, some of y'all may need to just stay up. I know that sounds crazy. Especially if you got shit to do in the rising, but some of y'all might need to stay up tonight. Or just, I don't know, you just at your best when the sun is down, when the moon is high, you're at your best. Like your body with the 6 of Wands may just get up and start moving around. Like you, it's not even like, you know, with the Judgment, it's like your body responds to the moon cycles. Okay, that's when you do your best work, or, you know. Yeah, yes, MS. Yeah, at night you feel alive. That's that HP energy. Embrace it. Don't feel guilty about it. Embrace it. And let it empower you. Like, okay, I must have to do something if I'm up this late. Like, you know, like, it could be something I could be doing. I could be journaling. I could be, you know, writing something out, manifesting, or, and, you know, it's something you could be doing at that time. Yeah, maybe you need to start painting at night again. You need to do that. You need to start painting at night again. Yep, you do. Especially with that hermit energy. Yeah. You're welcome, my love. It does feel electrified. Jesus loves you too. Now go get in your scripture. All right, get off tarot. You don't belong here. All right. Let's see. What do we have for this full moon energy, please? Page of Swords in reverse. I just heard access denied. Show me this Page of Swords in reverse, please. Somebody's copying you, copying your work, copying your style or something. Four Swords in reverse. Somebody is racking their brain. They can't figure something out, and it's driving them insane. Bars. It's also like somebody's mind is like overactive, and it's because they're like being nosy. And whatever they're being nosy about, it's like they're not getting the information they want. So their mind is just constantly going. What is this? It's because they nosy though. You know, like it drives nosy people crazy when they don't know other people's business. Like they'll stay up all night trying to figure out some shit going on in somebody else's life. Show me this, please. Ten of Wands. They're trying to figure out like your problems, your burdens, your baggage, but the Ten of Wands came out in reverse. It's like somebody can't find some type of Spirit says dirt. Even though I said baggage, it's like they can't find some type of dirt or some type of problem with you or about you or on you or some shit like that. Like they can't find it. And this is why they're frustrated. They can't find it because bottom of the deck here is Hierophant in the upright. It's because Spirit is not allowing them to. You see how Spirit has their hand up on this card? Like I said, access denied. That's why you, like for me, as a person who reads tarot and who's intuitive, I stay out of other people's spirits. Especially if they haven't given me permission. I don't care about what's going on in your life. I don't want to know. Now, when you grant me access, all the downloads going to just pop up. But other than that, like, you stay out of it. Spirit is going to give you clearance. Okay, yes, you could. Yes, you have, privilege to know that. But in this position, it's not. So that's why somebody can't find some type of dirt on you. Show me this. Because the Spirit said, because there is none. King of Cups in the upright. Yeah. Because your heart is in the right place. It's like somebody's trying to find a way to like villainize you or demonize you. Try to find something bad about you. But your heart is in the right place. Theirs isn't. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So theirs isn't. Somebody is very emotionally charged too. Court card energy with this. Like somebody is very emotionally charged and you could be very emotionally stoic. They hate that. Like if somebody operates out of sheer emotion and they're all over the place and you're just calm. The King of Cups in the upright is very calm. It's not to say they don't feel emotions, but they are not so reactive as the Queen of Cups in reverse. So you could be very calm even though somebody is like emotionally charged, trying to find something, lying, because the Page of Swords gonna lie. They're gonna say some half-ass shit. They're gonna accuse. They're gonna like whatever. But it's not founded with the Ten of Wands in reverse. It's all somebody's imagination, Four Swords in reverse, due to like their restless mind, their anxious mind, and their like unhealthy emotions. If somebody doesn't like you or they so-called hate you or feel away, they don't even really know why. With the Page of Swords in reverse, they just woke up one day feeling like that. Could be because as the King of Cups, you don't wear your heart on your sleeve. And they want more. Like somebody wants more of your water. They want more of your emotion. They want to pull from your emotions. And you're not giving them that. And this is driving them crazy. Yeah, confirmation, the Queen of Swords. You're not on that type of time. It's like, what are the facts? Show me the receipts. Communicate clear. Not in this Queen of Cups in reverse energy. So somebody argues and screams and gets all emotional. Somebody's calm and logical. Even if they are feeling something, the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords is somebody that's like, yeah, I do feel that. I even understand why you feel the way you feel. But it's not logical. And I'm not going to play into that. You know? All right, let's see. A lot of burdens going to be removed at this time. And burdensome people with the court cards coming out. A lot of burdensome people are being removed from your life. Like I said, cycled out. Like, you have the Empress in reverse here with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups represents Pisces in the minor arcana. And the Empress represents Libra and Taurus in the major. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Pisces is exalted there. So you might be a Pisces, or you might know a Pisces, or a Taurus, or a Libra, whatever have you, however it resonates, but something's not right there. With the Empress in reverse, it's like, you know, somebody is beautiful, but with the Seven of Cups, they don't see it. Somebody is abundant, but they don't see it. So this person's self-esteem is really low. Really low. They're constantly like comparing themselves to others with the Seven of Cups. So there's so many spirits this person has tried to drink or suck dry or emulate, become, due to their like insecurities and low self-esteem. Like they look at people with the Seven of Cups and they have this imagination like of what it would be like to be that person, because they don't like their body, or they don't like their hair, or they don't like their clothes, their skin, their aesthetic. Like somebody is like, I don't know, like they're spiraling over superficial shit. They're spiraling over an essence that isn't theirs. Somebody needs to love on themselves a little bit more. Somebody needs to practice more self-care, first of all. Take more time with themselves. Maybe getting ready or whatever, or eating better or something, instead of like comparing themselves to others. Because the problem is, when this person compares themselves to other people, they start to like have this negative perspective and attitude towards the people they're comparing themselves to. It starts to become with the Seven of Cups and the Empress, it becomes muddy. You know, it becomes very it's a very skewed energy, and it makes somebody really hateful and like delusional. Show me this, please. Yeah, Page of Wands. This person needs to put more energy into themselves. This person needs to find things they like about themselves. Like they spend too much time external. They need to like, what do I like about myself? What can I, really market on with myself. Like somebody needs to. This could go back to like teenage years too. Like maybe somebody been insecure since they was in like junior high school or some shit. But they've carried it over into adulthood with the Empress in reverse because the Empress is grown as fuck. Okay, grown. All right. They could also be like comparing themselves to people younger than them or people who have younger spirits than them. And I don't know. This person got a lot going on with the Seven of Cups. It's giving Neptune, the planet of illusion. Somebody needs to like pull it together, recenter with the Page of Wands, and be like, yo, what am I doing with my life? What do I have to offer myself, this world, my mission? Instead of comparing, somebody needs to like look within and find some reason to live or love themselves or some shit. Emperor in reverse. They need to take control of themselves. Control their emotions or some shit. Show me, yeah, bottom of the, I was about to ask Spirit to show me something. I still am, but bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands again. Yeah, somebody needs to get excited about their life. Somebody's not excited about their life. So they just sit and project and compare. And it just keeps lowering their self-esteem and knocking them down. And then they project that onto the outside world. Show me this, please. Excuse me. Yeah, Hermit in reverse. Like, they need to get out of that energy. This is somebody that's like, yeah, I'm a loner. They only a loner because they don't know how to, like I said, they don't know how to be around nobody that they feel is doing better than them or feels more empowered than them. That's why they a loner. Like, they need to, with the Hermit in reverse, thank you, Scott. They need to be honest with themselves while they're a loner because they're controlling with the Emperor in reverse. Thank you, Tanaya. Thank you, Lioness of Goddess of Gaia. Lioness of Gaia. I'm saying Lioness of Goddess. Yeah, that's why they're a loner. Because their insecurities push everybody away from them with the Empress in reverse. Yeah, that's why they're a loner. They need to face that because they don't even have to be a loner with the Hierophant in reverse. Like this person is forced to be a hermit because they don't know how to fucking control themselves. And they don't know how to control their insecurities and how they react to everything that they feel like is a trigger. Some shit ain't even a fucking trigger because it ain't their business with the Page of Swords in reverse, and it ain't their life with the Empress in reverse. So this is like a motherfucker that's triggered by other people's lives, other people's truths, other people's missions, other people's beauty, whatever the fuck. They just always fucking triggered, all right? And they need to get out of that with the Hermit in reverse. They're shrinking themselves. And they're not even learning anything in this hermit space. So Spirit's like, if you ain't even learning shit, you might as well get back out there. Because you isolating yourself, but you ain't even growing. Empress in reverse is about abundance, growth. So, you might as well just get your ass back out there. And let life and experiences teach you something. All right, let's move forward. All right, what do we have for this full moon energy, please? Three of Wands. You're welcome, Lioness of Goddess. Goddess again. Girl, that's your new name. Lioness of Goddess. God damn it. That's your fucking new name. You're welcome. thanks for showing up and liking the video. Three of Wands, please. Because, girl, if I say that one more time, I clarify the Three of Wands and I get the star and the upright. Yeah. I feel like you've been waiting for this moment all your life. You got the Temperance in reverse. Things could have been imbalanced for a long time. You crying out to the ethers like, Spirit, do you hear me? I feel like you've been waiting. You've been waiting on this moment forever, and it's about to appear with the star in the upright here and the Three of Wands. This is also your time to shine, so don't play yourself short. All right? How is anybody going to know what you're capable of? How is anybody going to know your beauty, the great things about you, your talents, your skills, if you're not showing up? Okay, stop waiting. And I'm all for the miracle. Okay, y'all know I know miracles. I love miracles, but I also know that it takes work sometimes to put yourself in the energy of that miracle. Three of Wands, the star. So come out of this, Temperance in reverse. It's been rough. Things haven't been even, imbalanced the way you would like them. That's all the more why you should show up. You need to turn your pain into power or profit in some kind of way. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. I feel like even though with the Temperance in reverse, shit ain't been balanced and it ain't been the way you feel like, comfortable and how you can move, and maybe you've had limited resources, whatever it is. With the Ace of Cups in the upright, I feel like your heart remained in the right place. This is how you're going to win. All right? You got the World in the upright at the bottom of the deck. This is how you're going to win because your heart stays in the right place. Oftentimes when life kicks people's ass, they go out and kick the world's ass instead of like in a different way, And maybe, I'm not saying you're perfect. You could have had rough days with the Temperance in reverse, but at the end of the day, there was like no malice in your heart. Like, I'm not out to like get nobody just because I don't have or I don't feel, the way I want to. And so with the World, that's how you're gonna win. The World talks about celebration, commemorating new memories, and things of that nature. You got the World coming out here. Hold on, I gotta hide that. With the Fool. So now you on to a new chapter. And it's gonna feel crazy with the star energy because you're gonna really see like, damn, I have healed this because I was used to stick around for this and this and that. Now you're not sticking around for anything that's not growing you or taking you to the next level with the Fool in the World. You're not staying stuck like out of comfort or familiarity. It's kind of like, you know what? No, I'm not sticking around for that anymore. So it's definitely like a new you with the Fool. And the Fool represents, you know, sometimes the Fool can represent Aries or Aquarius, but right now Spirit is telling me this Fool represents Aries. Aries being a cardinal sign, and Aries being the I am, you know. It's like, I am winning. I am healing, you know. I am in position. I am ready to take this, you know, risk on myself, this calculated risk, this, you know, steps into the new world. And with the Magician and the High Priestess, is like, this is going to be a world that you have the capability to manifest. So Spirit is asking you to look into this world now. The things within your control, and being like, am I living the life that I imagined, that I wanted, that I want? And what steps with the Fool do I need to take to do it? Like, how brave do you need to be? And we go back to the top of the reading with the full moon in Capricorn, and I was telling you to start taking yourself more serious. And you can take yourself serious and still take calculated risks, you know. You can still be the Fool. Hey, Lily Cat. You can still be the Fool and still take yourself serious. Like, two things can be true at once. All right. Okay, let's see. I want to check in on this Temperance in reverse, because this represents the 9th house. That's a very spiritual house. The Temperance represents Sagittarius in the major arcana, so maybe some of you guys have Saggy highly aspected in your chart. But if not, you know, that's just the energy of it. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. So maybe with the Temperance in reverse, you guys feel like you've been having like not so good luck, or like things would be going good one minute, then it's fucked up the next. It's like, damn. You know, this could be a little topsy-turvy in the luck department. Like, right when something good happens, something not so good happens. What is this, please? Yeah, okay. Love department. Knight of Cups in reverse. So some of you guys may feel like you got bad luck in love. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, some of you guys may feel like that. Like, man. Somebody probably feel like, man, if I just had somebody that could love me right, then that would kind of like balance everything out, maybe. Show me this, please. Queen of Wands in the upright. Are you even emotionally available, gang? Be honest with yourself. Are you even emotionally available for that right now? Are you like apprehensive? Are you like more career focused, or, you know, with the Queen of Wands, are you more like invested in like making a name for yourself in some aspect, or like enjoying like this powerhouse that you are? Are you even emotionally ready to like submit in some kind of way? I don't even want to fucking say submit, because first of all, everybody ain't worth submitting to. Okay? Let's start there. But in the same token, you need to turn your heart light on. it's for somebody is like good in business or good with like networking and talking to people and shit like that, but when it comes to love, they messy as fuck. That's where somebody needs to tighten up at. Like somebody powerful, they look good, they got it going on, but when it comes to love, they could be fucked up. Like they don't even really know how to love nobody. They ain't even really been loved properly to know what the fuck that even feels like. You know? Let me see, what is this? Damn, Wheel of Fortune. This is not your fate to be alone forever. Come on now. You're going to be successful. You're going to have a lot of shit, but it's like somebody got money, somebody got fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. So we back at that luck again. Like somebody got luck and other shit, but it's like when it comes to love, it's down bad. It's all bad, gang. Let me see. What's this Temperance in reverse? Dang, I can't hold you, gang. I can't even hold you. Lovers in reverse. I gotta hide this. You know. But lovers in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. When it comes to love, that's the problem. Like somebody know how to go out in the world and get it. With the Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, somebody can get it. You know, but when it comes to love, it's like that's where the ball gets dropped. And honestly, Spirit is like they can't just blame it on the other person. It's you too, gang. It's not just the other person, gang. It's you too. And you know I love you, but I gotta tell you the truth. It's not just the other person. Sometimes it's you. Show me why it's the gang, Spirit. Show me why, please. Five of Pentacles. You got fear of abandonment. You got fear of being left out in the cold. You got trust issues. It's a lot. You got to unpack. You need to book a reading with me. Let's get that. Let's tighten that up now, because you repel in certain areas of your life. Some of y'all be burying yourself in work, burying yourself in friends and family and external shit. When it comes to matters of the heart, that's where you shut down at with the Five of Pentacles. You so afraid of being hurt that you afraid of being loved too. It's like you gonna have to pick a struggle. You gonna have to fucking pick a struggle. Spirit, show me this, please. That's why I said it ain't just the other person. Now y'all want to be quiet. Knight of Cups. King of Pentacles in reverse. Yep. You afraid that if you fall in love, or that if you're a little too vulnerable, everything gonna crash and burn. You afraid of love because you feel like you give up your power when you in love. Let's talk about it. You've been doing good all week, all month, all year. Now you meet somebody, and then you get off track with the King of Pentacles in reverse. And you're going to have to take accountability, gang. And you're going to have to learn to love better. And you're going to have to learn how to like better. You don't even be loving these people like that. You just be liking them. But it feels so good and you so fucking tired of always being responsible and da 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 da. You can't do that. You can't do it. You know? You can't do that. The plan has to go on whether you in love or in like or not. Now, Minister Squirrel, don't make me drag you, girl. You need to be here too long to ask me that. Don't do it. Don't do it, Medicine. Show me this King of Pentacles in reverse, because I don't like that. That's like supposed to be like a money, legacy, you know. You can't be falling in love with people and then when it don't turn out the way you want, now you want to crash out and give up on every fucking thing. Hell no. When your heart ain't broken and when it is, you supposed to still be on your shit. Hey, HP3, you supposed to still be on your shit, whether you in love or not. That shit don't matter. Love is fleeting. Humans are fucking fickle. You can love somebody from the moon to the sun in your ass. But you ain't supposed to ever lax on your goals, your dreams, your vision, your legacy, the shit you supposed to be doing. People come and go. But you and your relationship with yourself and the shit you supposed to do is forever. So you're going to have to take accountability for that and stop getting your feelings and everything too quick. Now let me look at this King of Pentacles in reverse. Show me this, please. Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse. Stop letting emotional matters take your thunder, steal your fire. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of, the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. You still gotta get to it. The Queen of she about to be the Queen. This Nine of Pentacles goes to the Queen. You gotta still maintain. You gotta still be on your square, no matter if you in love or you ain't in love. And if you in the type of love that don't empower you and hold you accountable and keep you on your mission, then that's not the kind of love that you need to be involved in. It ain't got shit to do with the other person. The Nine of Pentacles is all about you. It don't got shit to do with somebody else. Okay, you love them. You like them. The sex is great. The conversation is great. But you still have to be this Nine of Pentacles. You still have to be that sovereign being. You still have to be that independent person. You still have to be in your autonomy and get shit done. But the problem is, you've had a lot of relationships in the past, Six of Cups, where it made you feel like Eight of Pentacles in reverse. If you're not overworking and neglecting yourself and you pouring only into them, then then it's great. But then when those situations come to an end, as they always do, you still left with self. Now you got two choices because you're going to have to pick your pain. You got the choice of still maintaining your shit and being very disciplined, full moon in Capricorn. Or you going to be like with somebody and dependent, depending on how the relationship is going, to where you only going to feel successful and exuberant and blah, blah, blah if they pour attention into you half-assed. Like no, I'm going to tell you what you're going to pick. You're going to pick the first one. Yes, it's going to be a sacrifice. Yes, you ain't going to be always available to bullshit and da-da-da-da, but that's going to weed out everything. And then you're going to be feeling better if something comes to an end. Like, oh, well, at least I didn't give up on this. At least I didn't give up on my hobbies. At least I didn't give up on school. At least I didn't give up on my business. At least I didn't give up on my fucking podcast. At least I didn't give up on being a content creator, because everybody getting it in different ways. But don't allow emotions to sink in, and feelings and good D or good yoni to make you like lag. You know, that's why some of y'all spirit remove a lot of opportunities to date and be with people from y'all right now, because spirit is trying to make you focus on the star player. You have to start in the upright position. That's why, because some of you tend to abandon self to be in relationships, and that's not what spirit wants for you. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's all about your self-development. It's all about what you build for self, within self. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about right now. You know? And Saturn energy is very hard. Okay? It's very hard. So this is going to be one of those full moons where you're going to be forced to look at that shit. And it's going to last. You know? It's like you're going to be holding yourself more accountable and really like feeling more inspired and driven and responsible, and like you're not even going to need anybody else to tell you what you need to be doing. With the Nine of Pentacles, you about to be so hard on yourself to where you going to be holding yourself accountable every day. You get up in the bed, you get up in the bathroom, everything, you're going to be like, man, I need to be doing this. Why didn't I get started on that? I can do this. I have all of it. Like, you're going to start to be like on your own head about shit. Especially with the High Priestess and the Hierophant at the top of the reading. Judgment in the upright. You got a lot of major arcanas, and it's really trying to shift your life. And you know it. Intuitively, you feel it in your body. You feel it in your spirit. You want this. But with the Six of Cups being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, in the past, shit didn't work out. So that created some type of fear within you to strive. And bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands in reverse. Spirit is like, okay, that's over though. So now what are you going to do? You know? It's a lot. But full moons are heavy. You know? And the weeks, the first 2 weeks, like leading up to the full moon, you start to be in your head more. You start to have weird ass dreams. Like the full moon brings on a lot of stuff that's like stored in the subconscious mind. You know, so that you can kind of like do a mental sweep or energetic sweep of yourself. And it all starts with the mind, you know. But you got to get back to yourself. You got to get back on track. You got to start being more disciplined. You got to be a little bit harder on yourself in certain aspects, not all across the board. Like, this is not berating yourself and talking crazy to yourself, but it's like some areas you got to get more serious about. And it concerns your legacy. That's why it's so important. All this other shit is just, you know, part of the mission. But your legacy is the goal with the King of Pentacles. All right, let's see. What do we have for this full moon energy, please? See? King of Pentacles, now in the upright. Like I told you, it's about your legacy. Some of you really need to own some land. That's the first part That's going to be like, that's like, you know, like a checklist, a to-do list. As far as like generational curses and your legacy is concerned, this is one of those things on your list that you need to check off. Yeah. Something, you know. You know. Show me this King of Pentacles, please. Knight of Swords. Spirit said get to it. Because there's something happening, I'm telling you, gang. There's something happening in the world. Tower. Yeah. And this is not personal. This is like a collective energy. There's something happening in the world where a lot of things, it's going to be a lot of tower moments back to back. I see like, I see major structures failing. A spirit says power structures, a lot of illusions crumbling, a lot of things, a lot of distractions, crisis actors, loss of wealth, loss of structure, stability. Um, Spirit just showed me the purge with the Knight of Swords and the Tower. It like, and now a lot of the times when I get downloads, they be like years ahead, you know. But a lot of the times that should be happening in small increments around us. So just be mindful of that. With the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, is like Spirit is like get to it, like start building something concrete, because this tower is. I just heard Tower of Babylon, Tower of Babel, is about to fall. Okay, so there needs to be like a structure implemented like quick with the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups, so that you can like have a smooth exit. Okay, a safe. Spirit says safe exit. Safe exit. Show me this, please. Yeah, I told you structures are going to be falling. Four of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of major structures that think like, oh, okay. Power structures, but loss of electricity, loss of like heat or something as well. A lot of floods. A lot of losses of like homes and environments. Spirit just showed me Hurricane Katrina. I don't know why. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords in the upright, so I'm telling you the truth. So we're dealing with something that's going to happen like on a global level. Everybody needs to be in place, bottom line. Yeah, confirmation, the Strength card. All right, and if you've been on this journey thus far with me, we've been talking and preparing and talking about the things we need. You can go back to like 2018 on this motherfucker. I've been telling you this shit, but this is something different. This is something different. Hierophant in reverse. A lot of false prophets. The Hierophant also represents like institutions and government, so there could be a fall in government. And a fall in institutions, maybe even banks. Some type of system within banks is going to come crashing down. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's not going to be enough. It's not gonna, this is like something careless. Okay, this is careless. This is heartless. This is calculated with like a yeah. A lot of people are going to need assistance. Ace of Cups in reverse with the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, that's some like world event type shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's some world event type shit. It's all orchestrated. Y'all better watch that movie, They Live. I've been telling y'all that for a long time. Watch that movie. Something going on, gang. And the crazy thing is, bottom of the deck is the moon. So this is what's being hidden. I'm telling you what's hidden. So of course it's not gonna register right now. To some of you it may. Some of you already know what the fuck I'm talking about. Moon with the hangman. Yeah. What's up, Ezra? Yeah. A lot of people gonna need help. A lot of people gonna be crying. They gonna need sympathy. They gonna need resources. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. A lot of people gonna be like trying to like. A spirit says flee the country or just like get out of Dodge or some shit. Yeah, somebody's making up their mind to start their plan of action right now. Two of Swords in reverse with the Eight of Wands. Somebody's planning this action right now. Somebody's like, yep. Somebody's like, confirmation with the Eight of Wands in the upright, Two of Swords in reverse. Somebody like confirmation. So the plan is in action. Ashe, it is. Yep. Because there is a tower on a world scale, not in your personal life, but on the world scale. Four of Swords in reverse with the tower. You already you know you can feel it in the air. I can feel it in the air. I can hear it in your voice. Yeah. Justice in reverse. There is no justice of peace, Spirit says, because there is no justice. Yeah. Justice in reverse with the Empress in reverse. You about to see like a lot of the incubus and succubus and shit like that. The mask coming off. You could probably look at people and see it on them. You're going to be pulling away from the people who operate out of vanity and all that weird, crazy shit. Yeah. I don't know, gang. Strap up. Strap up, gang. How many years I've been telling you something was coming? I feel like it's amongst us. It's afoot. Look up the Tower of Babel. Look up that story. And like use your critical thinking and your third eye to interpret what it's talking about. Hell yeah, Lioness of Goddess, Gaia. Lord, Lioness of Gaia. Yes, they have. I'm not even gonna say your name. I keep botching your freaking name. Why am I doing that? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, girl. All right, hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's see, gang. What do we have for this full moon energy, please? King of Wands in the upright. You gonna have to lead, okay? Page of Cups in reverse. You gonna have to lead people who are younger than you in age or in spirit or in emotion. I don't know. I just keep coming back to this energy of like you possibly like when somebody go low, hate to say this, but you go high. Like your standards are really high. So like you can't deal with anybody who's like emotionally immature because the King of Wands is an energy of like I got plans. I'm trying to get something done. I got stuff to do. The King of Wands energy doesn't deal well with like being ambitious and dealing with people who only react out of shallow emotions or who don't know like how to be, you know? Let's see here. What is this? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles again. Yep. So you could be like in this energy in your life where like you're like on your throne and the Page of Cups in reverse is like doesn't match the King of Wands. So this is somebody that could kind of like can destroy a whole empire through their emotions. So the King of Wands has his back turned to that, or their back, however you resonate with it. Somebody is choosing to do something on their own because they don't have anybody who can kind of like grasp what the task is, or like if this is like this could be like a single parent who has to play like two roles. They have to be the Queen of I keep saying the Queen of Pentacles. They have to be the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands, because somebody is not old enough, Page of Cups in reverse, to even take care of themselves or to even emotionally grasp what the actual task is. You know what I'm saying? So we can see somebody here who has to be in two roles, but they're showing up. You know, I feel like it's because they have to. Like you could be responsible for somebody. And even if you're responsible for somebody, you still trying to have like your own life within that. So with the King of Wands energy, it's like you find yourself always trying to be like, Spirit says integral, or like, you know, you always trying to like do the right thing, but still like make time for yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. There's a very masculine energy behind this. So somebody just has to always be action oriented, I feel like. And somebody could just want to take time to like play in the garden, play in the beach, put their feet in the sand, or like sit near the stream, the forest. You know, like somebody just wants to like time to do that. But they're always in King of Wands energy because there's always fucking something to do. So maybe somebody feels like it's always something to fucking do, and what's taking the back burner is the Nine of Pentacles. Like your energy is taking the back burner to how you, because the King of Wands shows up in the world, right? Like the Queen of Wands will give the King of Wands the go ahead to do something. The King of Wands goes out into the world and is productive. So it's like you could, with the Nine of Pentacles, you could just want to be like a homemaker. Like if you could just work from home exclusively, take care of your shit, be comfortable, you would. But there's always something with the King of Wands that you got to do externally, that you got to show up for. And what's lacking and needs, because we could even look at the Page of Cups in reverse, is like what needs nurturing in some kind of way could be like your inner child. Like, if you got to be ultra responsible all the fucking time, but deep inside you have like an inner child, like maybe you like to color, maybe you know, like to just, you know, whatever you like to do. It's like your inner child is what's suffering in a way because of how you have to keep showing up in the world and then get home, Nine of Pentacles, and take care of home. And one would think like, oh, well, since you're taking care of home, that means you taking care of you. Not necessarily. Because if you have to work like a 9 to 5, then as soon as you get off work, you got to come home and put dinner on the table and take care of all these other responsibilities. Try to run as many errands as you can before something closes. Yes, that's taking care of home, but by the time you get in the house, all you want to do is just kind of like take a quick bath or jump in the shower real quick, do your skincare regimen, and then you go to bed. That's not really being able to indulge in like taking care of you with the Nine of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse. And I feel like you're doing it with all integrity, like you're doing it because you know it has to get done. You don't hate the fact that you have to do it, but you do wish that it was a lot easier on you with the Page of Cups in reverse. You wish there was more compassion to Nine of Pentacles, your struggle, the work you have to do for self, how you ain't even really had time to yourself because you so busy King of Wands in it, like out in the world, showing up, making moves, da-da-da-da-da. You know? And you take on this responsibility with the Nine of Pentacles because you know you can do it. And you have a loyalty to it and a dedication to it. But you need some type of nurturing with the Page of Cups in reverse. What does your inner child wish they could do? And not so much even just your inner child. Where's that compassion for yourself and finding safe and soft landing spaces? Because you can't always be in performance mode, King of Wands. And after you clean the house, clean the kitchen, do this and do that, what's left for you, Nine of Pentacles? It's going to be so important going forward. Let me see. Show me this King of Wands, please. Yeah. Nine of Cups. Twice tonight in an upright position. It's like, what do you want? Ten of Wands after tarot. After you've taken care of all the responsibilities, what do you want? What would be your wish fulfillment? If you were writing a petition to Spirit, what would your wish fulfillment be? Now, it can't include other people. Now, it's all good and fine to be like, oh, I want all of us to get it. But Spirit is like, no, let's narrow it down to you. Because you're the foundation. You're the one who's going to spearhead everything. What do you want? What do you need to get the job done? Nine of Cups, Ten of Wands. What do you need to be able to forge, to push forward, to feel like there's not a lot of burdens on you? What do you need? This is very intimate. Because some of you have a problem with admitting that you're tired. You see on this Ten of Wands, look how tired he is. He holding on to that one wand. Dropped all the rest. Dropped everybody's shit. Everybody's expectations. All the noise. All the feedback people want. All the emails. All the things. All the meetings. All the Zoom calls. All of that is dropped. And it's just you. Now, what do you want? What will help you reach that wish fulfillment? Because honestly speaking, your wish fulfillment with your type of heart is gonna transfer to the people you love that are close to you, that have stuck through this with you, that have been there for you. So technically you need to be focusing on what you need because you're the machine, right? So you have to be focused right now. This is why you need to take yourself more serious. Okay? Show me this, please. Because burdens are going to be released. But once they're released, now what? Let's replace that with something sweet. And that sweet thing needs to be for you at this time. Okay? Ashe. 3 of Cups in the upright position. I told you, baby. That sweet thing. Yeah. You need to have a good time. You need to laugh. You need to get out, shake a tail feather, let your hair down, as they say. Like, everything can't be the struggle 24/7. I don't get, even if you ain't got no money, you ain't got to look like it. You ain't got to dress like it. You ain't got to act like it. It's something you could do to lift your spirits. Spirit wants you to lift your spirits at this time because you've been holding on to too much shit for far too long with the 10 of Wands. All right? Every day, try to find 3 to 5 things that you're happy about, that you're grateful for, that you appreciate. That's going to take some of the load off of you. Oftentimes, we think worrying about the problem 24/7 is going to be productive. But when we think about the good things we have, that makes the bad things or the hard things or the difficult times not so hard. It takes a little bit of the edge off. You know what I'm saying? But it's time for you to, like, be good to yourself. Enjoy something. Enjoy something, man. Don't fucking drive yourself crazy. Enjoy something. You know? Show me this, please. Yeah. 9 of Swords. You worry too much. Oh, well, if I do enjoy this, is something else gonna fall? If I am too happy, stop doing that to yourself. I get it, baby. I've been there, you know? But you can't do that. You can't do that every time you... But it's because it's been a pattern. That's why I get it. You know, so you worried about the good times now when it ain't shit to worry about, when it ain't nothing to do. It's like, oh my God, you know? You got the 10 of Cups. So those hard times are leading to better times, you know? Yeah. Knight of Wands, you like, all right, Spirit, well then I'm ready. I'm ready. You about to be ready after this. You ready. You been ready. But now you ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Shit. Chicago. I was ready to go anyway. Okay? Shit. Let's go. You know, fuck who ain't coming with you. It's time to make moves. You know? Shit. Don't let the past be your future. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, none of that. It's time to clear all that shit out. It's time to let all that shit go. It really is. It's only been weighing you down. It's been making you tired, anxious. Like, let it all go. Okay? Let it all go. Release all that shit. All right. What do we have for the collective on this full moon? Period. Page of Pentacles in the upright. With the Seven of Pentacles in the upright. I'm telling you, this is your harvest season. You ain't gonna have to wait till fall. Okay? You ain't gonna have to wait till now. For some of y'all, fall gonna be lit too. But right now with the Page of Pentacles, you in the beginning stages of reaping some shit. Yeah, and it don't matter how nobody feel about it. Yeah. You're on the precipice, as they say, of something great that's going to reap you amazing benefits. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. Okay? This is the energy of expansion. I'm telling you, what you invest in now is going to be the gateway for some great shit in your near future. That's why Spirit is like, don't give up. Like, acknowledge the pain, acknowledge it, feel all the feels, and use that as fuel to push. You ain't got that much further, you know what I'm saying? You are like 8 centimeters, guy. What do we have, please? The Hangman after tarot, yeah. You're going to have an epiphany moment, too. Like, oh, my God. Because, you know, he leaning on this hoe. Shout out to the hoes. He leaning on this hoe, right? So he like, man, this whole time I had the tools. All I had to do was like water my crops a little bit better, change up my soil, whatever, and shit is growing. Like somebody's perspective is changing because they're gonna see physical results of something. Some of you guys could have like some baby plants, or you could be growing some like tomatoes or green onions or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you seeing that shit grow, you're like, oh my God, I got a green thumb. Now you got a green thumb. Now you think you all that. Page of Pentacles because you didn't grow. You know what I'm saying? Now you all that. You know, send me something. I love green onion. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the change of perspective is happening because you're seeing things materialize, you know? All right, let's move forward, gang. So it's like, you know, I don't know, but the fall, I just keep feeling this shit. Like the fall is going to be magical. You know, you harvest just your first zucchini and you got one plant you didn't kill Scott. Okay, see, y'all on it. Y'all on it. See? You got this. You got this. All right, let's see, gang. That's growth, you know? All right, gang. Let's see. I don't really want to get too deep. I mean, it's a full moon, gang. I don't want to, you know? All right, let's see. Always do those decks. Oh, let's get the Moonology deck since it's the full moon. Let's get that one straight up. Cause I know it's probably late y'all time. It's 10 here. I don't wanna keep y'all hold y'all all night. You know? Alright. Thank you. AV, where you been? See, you know what? I don't fucking have to take this, AV. I really don't. I ain't seen you in the chat all night. Now you gonna come chiming in talking about end. The fuck that mean? All right, you guys got new moon in Capricorn. That's crazy. I know we in the full moon in Capricorn, but it's crazy that it would be new moon in Capricorn. It says your hard work is paying off. And I was just telling y'all that with the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. Like, don't quit before the miracle, okay? Fight your sleep. I know that's right, babe. Don't quit before the miracle, okay? Like, you've been busting your ass on some type of goal, okay? Wow, bottom of the deck. Disseminating moon. Excuse me. Take time to breathe out. So, you know you did the work. You know you put the work out there. Okay, pause and breathe. You know, you don't have to like beat yourself into the ground or like work till burnout. Like, it's okay to take time to breathe, you know? Fill up the abdomen, hold it for like 8 seconds, then breathe out. Like, reset. You know, those breaths that you take definitely help you reset. Okay? Show me this, please. You guys got step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Yeah, so you want to be in your North Node. Now, there's a lot of different websites. I'm sure people will drop them in the comments, but I found my North Node on Cafe Astrology. That's old school, but there's a lot of new shit. So, you know, figure out what your North Node is. And when you figure out what your North Node is, look at the positive and negative traits of that sign and then transmute it. Okay, that could be part of your shadow work. Okay, our natal charts are very important and sacred. You know what I'm saying? So don't be telling everybody, don't be online posting your natal chart and shit. Only go to somebody with your natal chart that you trust. You know what I'm saying? But look at your North Node. And whatever your North Node is, you want to act in the positive attributes of that. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're gonna find a lot of abundance and deep connections at as well. You know, because some of you guys may have like Spirit says North Node in Cancer or North Node in Leo. Okay. Now, Cancer is the opposite sign of Capricorn. So, Capricorn, your shadow is Cancer. So you could do shadow work by looking through Cancer. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. What do we have, please? Okay, you guys got new moon, eclipse, expect powerful change. So yeah, once you start to take charge and start to take yourself more serious, your goals, your passions, your ambitions, you know, there will be a powerful change in your life. hmm Waning moon, what do you need to release? That's important. We was talking about that earlier. That's important because when you release, you make room to receive. Yeah. All right, let's see, gang. All right, let's see. Ooh, look at my little favorite deck. All right. All right, let's see, gang. Okay. You guys got number 30, which breaks down to the 3 master number. This card says 2 little witches, magical space clearing time. Wow. And you did have the magician, the high priestess, the hierophant. So maybe it's time to like clean your tools, clean the space where you do things, you know, your practices at, and you know, just get all your stuff in order, get everything organized, you know. Some of you guys may need to refresh your altar, or you know, you are the altar. So you may need to take like a spiritual bath or something like that. And clear your space. Even if you just have like a room in a house, you can still spiritually cleanse that space, you know? This card says, make the mundane work for you. It's time to conduct a house clearing, followed by a house blessing. Here's an easy pointer: new locations, either the smallest of changes for household objects or rearrangements of what goes where in your bedroom. Wow, that's powerful. Or an entire move is very much on your mind when these twin witches show up with their brooms of power. Remember, we talked about that earlier, that somebody could be wanting to move, or somebody may move in the middle of the night, but some of you guys may really need to move or want to move, okay? Or if you already have a space that you love and you're comfortable in, you could possibly be in this space where you're looking at it like, man, I could really put this couch here, this table here, this bed there, I could remove this. Like, you may start to like rearrange the spaces that you already have to be more, you know, workable, more livable. Some of you guys may really be looking into tiny homes with the two little witches, and thinking if you could downscale like that, if you really could live a minimalist lifestyle. You know, there's a lot going on there with moving at this time. Or moving things around so that the space feels renewed and excuse me, and refreshed to you. You know what I'm saying? You might be thinking about that. Somebody needs to remove their bed from under their window. That's not safe. Especially if you live in a space where there's a lot of earthquakes and shit like that. Get your bed from up under your window. You know. It says, whenever we make a change, we always rediscover stuff we've been hanging on to. Ten of Wands, that baggage, those old things. Like, why do I still got this pen? It don't work. It ain't got no ink in it. It's not sentimental. Like, stuff like that. You're going to start cleaning out spaces in your home, or boxes or containers, or, you know, you just store stuff over the years. And if you ain't needed it in so long, you're like, I don't even need this. Like, I already went through this. I already won it. It's over. Let me throw this away. Like, shit like that. You know? Some of you, too, may have, like, a storage unit that you need to go and just sit down and go through. Take time out to go through that. Look at stuff. Somebody has a file cabinet, like not even like on internet, like somebody has a physical file cabinet that they need to go and sit down with and go through. Like somebody needs to really start getting rid of shit and opening spaces for new, especially any corners that's cluttered. If you can, if you have limited space, spirit knows. You know what I'm saying? It says, if there's anything keeping you back from making that change, please make small, useful, and symbolic gestures. Remember I was telling you with that devil in reverse and the Seven of Swords that someone was like really trying to like break a bad habit or break an addiction or get away from something toxic, and it's not happening overnight with the Seven of Swords. It's kind of like happening slowly. This is those small gestures. But those small gestures, like, can speak volumes to the universe, but it also has to like bring in that self-discipline and accountability. All right. Okay, let's see. Wow, you guys got number 12, which breaks down to the 3. Winged seer. You see clearly, clairvoyance. So some of you guys, like I was saying with that high priestess and that Hierophant, you have psychic abilities, intuitive gifts. You resonate with some of the clairs or all of them, because it's possible for people to have all the clairs or have bits and pieces of each of them. You know, some of you guys were born this way. You see all the eyes on the wings and the look in her eyes, like this is somebody who's seen things from a young age come true and trying to figure it out. So somebody too is just like stepping into their clair and they're like trying to like stabilize themselves in it. Get up under somebody you trust and ask them to guide you or to show you things or to teach you something that they know about that clair, you know, or just go through the process yourself and you'll learn it, you know. But there's always something out there is what I'm saying. But it says you see clearly, clairvoyance. Let's read this. because somebody sees stuff and it's painful. You know, that's why a lot of people who, I know people don't believe in that, but if you believe there was prophets back in the day, you have to know that we're still in like ancient times, but within modern energy. So the same thing applies now. If there were prophets and seers in those ancient times, there are prophets and seers now. You know, energy doesn't die, it just transforms. You could have been given that energy. And you know, it is what it is. Okay. This card says, your clairvoyant ability is being enhanced by the winged seer. You may be able to tune in and remote view, almost be able to see behind closed doors and into rooms and receive images that let you know what someone is doing without you actually being there at the time. And all of these things, these experiences, will either empower or scare you. You have asked for more information, asked to discover what you need to know. Now that the information has come to you, you must be courageous and take action based on what you cannot logically explain. It is important now more than ever to be honest about what you can see, but most of all, be honest with your own self. Yeah, so you might be getting downloads and shit. That don't mean jump on the internet and tell everybody. You might be receiving downloads that's meant for you, for a special purpose in your life. You know, some of the times people can fall into what it seems like a spiritual psychosis when they know things, they see things. If it's not nurtured and catered to and controlled, it can spiral out of control. Some people are born with the ability to control their clairs, some aren't. And that's why you see people being like homeless, or you see people being like schizophrenic on the street and shit. Maybe they didn't have the ability to control their clairs, or maybe they didn't have anyone around them that knew what that meant. Like, you just never know. But you, if you resonate, you have been given the ability to ground yourself and still receive these divine messages. So you have to take advantage of that, respect that, treat it with the utmost respect and care and delicacies and shit like that, all of that. Because you're very sensitive to lots of different energies, and they come to you in different ways. That's why self-care is extremely important. Going MIA is extremely important. You probably lose friends, in quotation marks, associates, because you feel things and see things and hear things and smell things and taste things on such a supernatural level. You just can't be around people all the damn time. You just can't be open all the damn time. So your path is a bit different than others, you know? But this is confirmation that you do have gifts. If you've been doubting it, not you little evil petty motherfuckers who want to be messy and call it magic. Y'all got some other shit. It ain't a gift, but it's something. You got something. It's a dis-ease y'all motherfuckers got. But to the people who on the level of what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You know how to ground yourself within these gifts or these thoughts or these feelings or what you're hearing, seeing, smelling. You know how to ground yourself in that and be like, okay, maybe something's going on around me that I need to kind of like organize. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right, let's get one more, gang. All right, you guys got shallow grave. You miss someone. I feel like someone misses you, or you could miss someone, but this is an unhealthy missed. I said missed, like M-I-S-T or M-Y-S-T.
Calaphil organic almonds. Irresistible. With just almonds, water, and salt.
Okay, so some of you guys, you need to listen to that song by Bob Marley called Natural Mystic. If you listen carefully now, you will hear. This could be the first trumpet, might as well be the last. Many more will have to suffer, many more will have to die. Don't ask me why. Things are not the way they used to be. Yeah, you need to listen to that song. I feel like that song touches back on that download I just had earlier. Listen to Natural Mystic, okay? All right, you guys got Shallow Grave, and then we're about to get off here. Sentimentality, holding on to the past, idealizing the past, refusing, not allowing yourself to get over a breakup with a friend, a move to a new town, a faded romance, parents who have divorced, or something you convinced that you must, have back in order to be happy again. Mourning for what was, what you feel you should have been, very deep sadness, and yet this experience has been of great value. It is time to move on and to place all of that to rest. With the working with the element of earth is most beneficial when this card and fairy comes to visit you. You may wish to plant a memory tree, something earthy and growing that changes to commemorate your lost love. As it grows and changes, you will heal, and memories will be sweet and sad without bitterness and pain. The earth takes form and changes them and gives back to us what we let go of in new forms. It is time for you to stop hanging on so sadly to that which has long passed. Mourn and then come back to us ready to live again. Period. Period. Yes. Woo! That was deep as fuck. That was deep. That was so deep. Mm-hmm. Working with the element of earth is most beneficial when this card and fairy comes to visit you. Confirmation, the firework that just went off. Yeah. I just heard decompose. I just heard compost. Compost is very, compost, Spirit says compost toilet. Okay, so some of you guys are really going to be planning on living off grid, ridding yourself of the memories of things that you have been physically or materially or emotionally tied to. Compost toilet. You're definitely going to be living off grid in some kind of way if you have a compost toilet. Compost. So if you have a garden, you're going to be feeding your plants the vegetables and fruits that the stuff that comes out of the juicer. Like if you juice and all that, the fruits and shit and the vegetables that come out in that little container, you're gonna be like feeding that into your plants, into your gardens. Like there's a lot of earthy energy. If you look at this skeleton, there's a butterfly within its rib cage. I feel like there's something coming back from the dead for growth because she has this butterfly on her thigh. It's like a regrowth, a regeneration of sorts. Somebody has grown, and in that growth, they kind of miss who they were when they were around you. But fuck that shit. You've grown too. You've outgrown them. It doesn't matter if they now they feel like they miss who they were when they were around. They've grown to know why you treated them at a certain potential or why you saw certain potential in them. You've outgrown that with the butterfly on her thigh. So somebody has grown into who you always knew they would be, but you have outgrown them. So it doesn't matter. Even if you miss them, even if they miss you, it'll never be the same. It's too much growth that has taken place. All right. Okay, let's see, gang. They may not even be physically, mentally, or emotionally your type anymore, with the butterflies representing transformation and growth. So it really doesn't matter, you know? All right, let's see. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for liking the video. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to my moderators and my magical members. Camera making focus. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, gang. You guys got Black Hound foreboding. All right, let's read this. Keep your wits about you at all times. Trust your gut feelings. Do not ignore them. Be like a dog with a bone, persistent until you have all the answers you seek. Be aware of all signs and symbolisms. Your inner ferocity is surfacing to howl your truth. And didn't this guy say they howled earlier? Yeah. This is standing on business. Okay, we gotta go with all the dramatics. This is standing on business and howling your truth. This is not back. You see how big these dogs are? If you came up on their land, you would be the one to back down. Okay? Not them. Howl at the moon. Shit. Tonight is a beautiful night. When we hang up, go outside. Get in that moonlight. The moonlight is just as important as the sunlight. You know? Speaking to the moon your intentions. Speaking to the moon your desires, your wishes. What does Spirit tell you at the top of the reading? Think big. What's bigger than the moon right now tonight? Maybe you need to do that. You know? But you've been holding on to some type of truth for so long. You get the moment, you gonna howl that shit. You gonna let it all out. Yep. You gonna let it all out. It says, be aware of all signs and symbologies. And symbolisms. Yeah. Look for the signs. And look what came out. Blackbird omens. Maybe some of you guys see a lot of birds or blackbirds. You can see a lot of ravens. I just heard sparrows, crows. Maybe somebody don't know the difference between a crow or a raven. You could be seeing a lot of birds right now. Birds are very significant for somebody. Let's read this. Because it's funny, you just had Black Hound. Now you have Black Bird. So animal totems, seeing certain animals in your dreams may be very ominous to you. It says, see, here we go with truth again. It says, speak your truth without being silenced. Trust your intuition. Pay attention to their warning calls and be alert to the signs around you. Recognize your potential as a seeker of knowledge and wisdom. Things are about to change for the better. Ashe. Told you they were. Yeah, you know this. Not all birds coming around you is bad luck and shit like that. Now, if you seeing some red cardinals, that's your ancestors, your benevolent ancestors coming with messages too. But other birds have messages, okay? Yeah, look what came out. Told, fortune. So you may be seeing like signs that something's about to get better, that your luck is about to change, that good fortune is about to come in. You might be seeing signs of that, like little inspirational nudges that nobody else around you can feel. That's the beauty of it all. Nobody else around you can feel it. Nobody else around you has that vision, that sensation. Like, it's just you. Like, man, I don't know. I keep seeing all these, like, animal totems, or I keep seeing all these symbolisms, or I keep feeling this serendipitous ass energy, and like certain shit is popping up that mean good luck. Like a butterfly or a fucking what they call it, ladybug or some shit like that. Like, there's something happening that has something to do with animals, familiars. I know people think familiars can only be cats or dogs, but there's other types of familiars too, like wolves and birds and shit. Like, everybody has a different relationship to different animals and shit. That's why everybody has their own animal totem, But there's something going on with fortune here. And it's ominous. Like, this could only be happening if I'm about to enter into a fortunate time. Like, something like that. Like, you just know that something can only be happening because you're about to enter into a fortunate time. Let's see. It says, pay attention to minor details. You are at a crossroads in your life. Manifest positive affirmations in your life for good fortune. Ashe, you had the Wheel of Fortune in the upright earlier. Don't doubt your abilities to succeed. You have a lucky streak. Fortune is in your favor. I told you. Man. Go out into the world, gang. It's time. It is time. Okay? It is time. Let's leave it there. This is beautiful. Take the reins, okay? You got this, all right? Pay attention to the signs. Dive deep. This is time for the deep dive, All right, gang. I love you guys so, so much. Thanks again to my magical moderators and my magical members, everybody who kept it cool in the chat, my loyal subscribers. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Everything you need from me will be in the description box below. How to book a personal reading with me or purchase anything from my websites, my email, and all my social media handles. All right, gang. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other if you can. Sending you love, peace.